Lamine Yamal from street footballer to rising star. Lamine Yamal, born on July 13th, 2007 in Mataró, a picturesque town along the Mediterranean coast, just a stone's throw from Barcelona, Spain, is a name increasingly heard in the football world. Despite his young age, he has emerged as one of the most promising footballers of his generation. His ascent to the top is the story of a boy with a dream, supported by his family and guided by his determination and talent. Let's delve into the incredible journey of Lamine Yamal, from his early years in Mataró to his explosive breakthrough in professional football. Early life and background. Lamine Yamal grew up in a multicultural environment. His father hails from Morocco and his mother is from Equatorial Guinea. This mix of cultures played a significant role in his early life and shaped him into the versatile player and person he is today. Growing up in Mataró, a city known for its warm community and rich football heritage, Lamine fell in love with the sport at an early age. His first touch with the ball was literally on the streets, playing with kids from the neighborhood. Here, he not only learned the basics of the game, but also developed a sense of improvisation and creativity that would later make him so distinctive on the field. His parents were not wealthy, but they did everything they could to support their son's passion. They saw his enthusiasm and talent and were determined to give him every opportunity to achieve his dreams. His father, a football enthusiast himself, quickly realized that Lamine had something special. He took him to local matches, and gradually, football became an undeniable part of the Yamal family's daily life. From the moment he could walk, Lamine seemed to always have a ball at his feet. He spent hours on the small squares and fields of Mataró, playing against older children and adults. His technical skills and dribbling ability were immediately apparent. He was fast, unpredictable, and had a natural flair that allowed him to easily pass defenders. His parents understood that their son had a rare talent and did everything they could to support him, despite their modest means. First steps at La Masia. When he was 7 years old, Lamine was scouted by a local youth coach who immediately recognized his potential. This coach had connections with La Masia, the famous youth academy of FC Barcelona. La Masia, where legends like Lionel Messi, Xavi Hernandez, Andres Iniesta, and Gerard Pique took their first steps, is renowned for its intensive training programs and development of some of the best footballers in the world. After a short trial period, Lamine was accepted into the academy. His time at La Masia was both challenging and enriching. He began training with children who were often older and physically stronger, but this did not discourage him. Instead, it brought out the best in him. He quickly adapted to the higher pace and physical demands of training. His technique, innate creativity, and ability to make decisions under pressure quickly caught the attention of his coaches. It soon became clear that Lamine was one of the most promising talents the academy had seen in years. His dribbles, quick turns, and exceptional ball control made him a nightmare for defenders. He also had an impressive vision of the game, allowing him to make passes that other players could not see. The coaches at La Masia saw in him the potential to become a star player, comparable to the best players the academy had ever produced. The influence of coaches and mentors. Lamine's growth as a player was greatly influenced by the many coaches and mentors he encountered during his time at La Masia. He learned not only about the technical and tactical aspects of football, but also about discipline, teamwork, and the mentality needed to succeed at the highest level. One of the most influential figures in his development was Jordi Rura, a former player and coach at Barcelona who was closely involved in youth development. Rura saw in Lamine a raw talent that needed refinement. He worked intensively with him on his positioning, defensive contribution, and his ability to manage his energy throughout a match. Under his guidance, Lamine learned how to effectively use his speed and dribbling skills in different situations. Roura encouraged him to take risks, but also to play intelligently and read the game like a mature player. In addition to Roura, Victor Valdez, a former Barcelona goalkeeper who returned to the club as a youth coach, also played a key role in Lamine's development. Valdez emphasized the mental side of the game, preparing young players for the pressure and expectations of playing for a club like FC Barcelona. He taught Lamine to control his emotions, both in times of triumph and disappointment, and to always stay focused on his goals. Lamine's breakthrough in youth competitions. In the years that followed, Lamine continued to impress in youth competitions. He developed into a leader on the field, despite his young age. His presence was so dominant that he was often promoted to higher age groups. He frequently played against players who were 2 or 3 years older, but his talent and determination made him stand out. He was not only a goal scorer, but also a playmaker, someone who made his teammates better through his intelligence and creativity. His performances did not go unnoticed. As he continued to rise through the ranks of La Masia, he began to receive increasing attention from the Spanish media and scouts from other top European clubs. Many analysts saw him as the next big star to emerge from Barcelona's famed youth academy. The pressure mounted, but Lamine remained focused and determined to realize his dream, breaking into Barcelona's first team. A historic debut. Lamine Yamal's dream of playing for Barcelona's first team became a reality in the 2023 to 2024 season. At just 15 years old, he was called up by Xavi Hernandez, a club legend who had taken over the role of head coach. Xavi, himself a product of La Masia, was particularly impressed by Lamine's talent and potential. He decided to give the young forward a chance to prove himself among the stars of the first team. Lamine's debut was a historic moment. He became the youngest player ever to make an appearance for Barcelona's first team, breaking a record previously held by Ansu Fati. His first match was a friendly against a renowned European opponent. Although he was only 15, Lamine played with the confidence of an experienced professional. His dribbles, speed, and calm ball control immediately drew the attention of fans and analysts alike. His debut was met with great enthusiasm by the press. "A new star is born," headlined several newspapers. It was clear that Lamine was not just another youth player. He had something special, a rare combination of talent and confidence that allowed him to immediately stand out at the highest level. The challenges of a young professional. While his debut was a great success, the real challenge had only just begun. Like many young players breaking into professional football, Lamine had to deal with the pressure and expectations that came with playing for one of the world's biggest clubs. Every match was closely followed by millions of fans and critics, and every mistake was magnified. There were also physical challenges. Lamine was still growing and had to learn how to cope with the physical demands of playing against adult players, many of whom had years of experience and strength in their favor. He underwent intensive physical training to make his body stronger and prevent injuries. Barcelona's medical staff worked closely with him to ensure he received the right nutrition and rest to perform at his best. Despite these challenges, Lamine remained focused and determined. He knew he had to keep working on his game to maintain his place in the first team. He trained harder than ever, listened carefully to his coach's feedback, and constantly sought ways to improve his game. His determination and dedication impressed everyone at the club, from his teammates to the technical staff. The breakthrough seasons. After his debut, Lamine Yamal continued to develop as an essential part of the team. In the following seasons, he was increasingly featured in official matches, both in the national competition, La Liga, and in European competitions like the UEFA Champions League. He often played as a forward, but was sometimes used as an attacking midfielder or winger, depending on the team's needs. His versatility and adaptability made him a valuable player for FC Barcelona. He was able to adjust his unique playing style to different formations and opponents. His speed and agility made him lethal in one-on-one situations, while his precision in passing and vision made him a dangerous playmaker. In the 2024 to 2025 season, he began to regularly appear in the starting lineup, further solidifying his status as one of the most promising young players in Europe. He scored several crucial goals, including a spectacular solo effort against one of Barcelona's biggest rivals, Real Madrid. This goal was celebrated worldwide and embodied his style: fast, technically skilled, and full of confidence. His performances caught the attention of the international football world, and he was mentioned as one of the contenders for the prestigious Golden Boy Award, given to the best young footballer in Europe. Although he ultimately did not win, his nomination was a testament to his growing status as a future star in world football. Choosing a national team. Lamine's international future was a topic of discussion in the media. Due to his multicultural background, he had the option to play for several national teams: Spain, the country where he was born and raised; Morocco, his father's homeland; or Equatorial Guinea, his mother's homeland. Each choice had its own benefits and drawbacks, and Lamine took his time to make the best decision for his future. After consulting with his family, coaches, and advisors, he ultimately chose to represent Spain, the country where he had developed his football dreams and where he felt most at home. He was quickly called up to Spain's youth teams and impressed with his performances. He scored multiple goals and provided numerous assists, further bolstering his reputation as one of his generation's greatest talents. In 2024, he received his first call-up to Spain's senior national team. His debut was another historic moment, as he became one of the youngest players ever to debut for Spain. In his first matches, he displayed the same flair and creativity he had shown at Barcelona, and he quickly began to establish himself as a potential star for the future of Spanish football. The future of Lamine Yamal. At this moment, at just 17 years old, Lamine Yamal is considered one of the most exciting young players in the world. His name is often mentioned in the same breath as other young talents such as Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga, and Pedri, all players poised to dominate the next generation of world football. He is a player with incredible potential, someone with the ability to become a defining figure in both club and international football. Lamine's future looks bright, but he knows that much work remains to be done. He stays focused on his goals, both on and off the field. He is aware of the pitfalls of a rapidly rising career in professional football, and remains humble amidst all the praise and attention he receives. His family, friends, and mentors play a crucial role in helping him maintain his humility and determination. His story is one of courage, passion, and resilience, and while he has already achieved so much in his young life, this is only the beginning. The world is watching, ready to witness the further rise of a player with the potential to become one of the greats in football history.